In this video, I'm going to let you know everything that you need to know about the brand new update that dropped today for Halo the Master Chief Collection, as well as the blog post that laid out the future for the collection in 2022, as well as my own personal thoughts as what this could possibly mean for the future of Halo Infinite. Spoiler alert, it's not good. Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And it's been a while, but we are in 2022 and the Master Chief Collection just got a brand new update, and this is a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be, because earlier this week we got the tease that we were going to be getting Floodfight in the Master Chief Collection, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. We're gonna be getting Floodfight finally after months and months of talking about it and it being tested and then being put back on the back burner and so on and so forth. We're finally gonna get Floodfight, but we actually got so much more. We got Floodfight, including a ton of improvements, a ton of updates, and everything that we could possibly hope for in an actual MCC update. But I'm gonna break that down all for you today, as well as the future for the MCC and my concerns of what this could mean for Halo Infinite. So to start off this, we got a brand new patch notes for this update. I thought that this hadn't even come out yet. I actually have just been informed that this has been released today, of all days. I mean, usually they update the MCC on Wednesdays, but I am not going to complain about this because we officially have Halo 3 ODST Firefight Improvements and Floodfight, which has been a long-awaited mode that honestly needed a lot more time in the cooker, and it looks to be kind of worth the wait as there has been a ton of improvements. Various new settings are available when creating a firefight session. Added scenario settings including hazards and friendly boons, which is a brand new improvement where you have other options of reload areas. So kind of like how you would find pistols and silenced SMGs, you'll find other boons that include things like assault rifles, battle rifles, and maybe even a few shotguns. You'll find ones that have flamethrowers and other kind of things to deal with the flood, which is pretty cool and a clever way to add new things. This also includes the ability to have allies delivered via insertion pods, which again, I haven't seen this yet. I haven't played this update yet. I am just now reading the blog post, but honestly, that kind of sounds interesting and I'm gonna have to see it for myself. This update also brings elites to New Mombasa for the first time in a new firefight game variant, Floodfight. Now, again, this is going to be different types of waves. You've got flood waves and then you've got elite waves, and they can go back and forth. They can switch off, or you could probably customize it where you can have one or the other. It's actually pretty amazing how many options they've added to the game and how many new ways you can play Halo 3 ODST Firefight, a game mode that we never thought we would get in the MCC is now getting an update in 2022. I'm actually really impressed by that, and from what everyone's been telling me, it works really well. So I'm right now kind of rushing through this to get through this update and go experience myself. Flood waves will be accompanied by a fog that changes the atmosphere of classic maps, and allies lost to the flood may return to attack players. The idea of a flood ODST coming at you that used to be your dead buddy's body is kind of a fun concept. It's kind of a fun idea of, I just died and now my own body is gonna come back and kill me, or go kill my buddy who only has one life left. That is a pretty interesting idea. Another thing that we got during this update is a update for the custom game browser, which adds a number of improvements. In addition to several menu improvements, all titles in the Master Chief Collection are now available for use in the custom game browser. So that's not just Halo 4, that's Halo 2 Classic and Halo 2 Anniversary, which again have very mixed opinions on especially Halo 2 Anniversary and Halo 4. But Halo 2 is one that is beloved and was one of the original custom game lobbies that you would start with whenever Xbox Live first came out. And having this is gonna probably bring a lot of nostalgia to a lot of classic Halo fans. Also, a quick play option has been added to the custom game browser menu. This will allow players and their party members to enter a match that fits their selected filter options without browsing the full list of available sessions. So you could set this for competitive or just casual or party games or action sack or something wild and wacky. Whatever you're feeling, you and your 2, 3, 4 members of your team can go into a quick match and join a lobby that fits that filter. That is awesome. It gets people going, jumping into games, and I have a feeling that this is going to actually be something that I'm going to use whenever I do my custom game nights and my actual community playdates with my community over on twitch.tv/GamerJlee. Make sure you're hitting the link down in the description if you want to check that out. We go live every week. I will actually be live this coming Friday at 6:00 p.m. PST, probably checking out a lot of this stuff, including Floodfight, including custom game browser updates, and maybe playing some custom games with you guys. So make sure that you click that button down below, join the community. We would love to have you. The next thing that we got is actually in experimental, or as I would probably call it, beta, but cross-platform co-op for Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST is now available for PC and Xbox console players. This is something that I know my community has won, because there are a lot of people in my community that are PC players, and there's a lot of people in my community that are still on Xbox, either Xbox Ones or Xbox Series X's or Series S's. But this is something that a lot of them have won, because you get your weekly PvE challenges, you get your challenges where you want to play with your friends and work on your challenges together, but you can't because I'm on Xbox and you're on PC, and we just don't get along when it comes to co-op. We can get along in multiplayer, we can get along in firefight, we can get along in every other game mode, but co-op campaign, and it's finally nice to see this added. This is something that I am going to enjoy, because I know that there's a lot of people in my community that hang out in my Discord, that hang out and want to play with each other and just want to play campaign. They don't always want to play multiplayer. They don't always want to hop into a sweaty lobby, and they want to just have a relaxing time playing through a campaign that they enjoy. And now they get to share that experience, at least for now, in a beta format. Hopefully this reaches the next step and we get a full launch for Halo CE 2 Anniversary 3 ODST 4, all the games that are on their reach. I would love to see this actually be implemented sooner rather than later. And this one is just a simple note for those of you who care about this. I'm 50-50 on the option, but campaign customization for Halo 4 is now available. When starting a mission of Halo 4, campaign customization is now an option. So if you want to see your skins in campaign, go for it. You can see it. You can see all your wacky customizations and your different skins for your different weapons. Go for it, because now they are available. But this right here might be my favorite part of this entire update. New skulls added to Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, and Halo 3 ODST. The Acrophobia skull has been added to Halo 2 Anniversary, which, if you haven't played around with this skull, give it a shot. It's definitely a lot of fun. And 16 new skulls have been added to Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST's campaigns, and there is a major amount of them. Now, some of these are skulls that have been in Halo CE Anniversary and Halo 2 Anniversary and are being brought back for this update, but I'm gonna go ahead and read you the list right here. For Halo 3, we have Anger. Enemies fire their weapons faster and more frequently. Bandana. Infinite ammo. That's a classic that we've had before. Bonded Pair. Co-op skull. When one player dies, the other player gets a large damage boost that lasts a while. Boom. Increases explosion radius ×2. Eye patch. Auto aim features disabled. Foreign. Players cannot pick up or use opposing factions' weapons. Ghost. AI no longer flinch from attacks. So basically they no-sell all of your attacks and just say that, what, did you just sneeze? That didn't hurt at all. Jacked. Players can only enter ground vehicles by boarding. So basically, unless someone is in that vehicle, you ain't getting in whatsoever. Malfunction: every time you respawn, a random element of your HUD is disabled, and this one in my opinion is a lot of fun. I've actually had this happen to me during lasso runs or just experimental runs where we had this on, and it would just cause havoc where either I couldn't see my health bar, or I couldn't see my reticle, or I couldn't see my radar. This one is a fun skull. If you've never used this skull, I recommend go give it a shot and see what you might end up with. It could be awesome, it could be annoying, who knows. Master Blaster co-op skull: one player's shields recharge to overshield level and can only melee while the second player has no shields and infinite ammo. Roll switch after a number of enemies killed. So basically, after a certain number of enemies are killed, the roles reverse and you have to continue as you see fit. Pinata: punching enemies makes them drop grenades. So angry. Enraged brutes explode like frag grenades if not dispatched within seconds. Base brute score values are increased. So basically, if a brute goes rage mode and basically goes berserk and isn't dispatched within a few seconds, basically they go boom. Swarm: hunters are much stronger. Base hunter score values are increased. That's just wrong. Increase enemy awareness of players. That one is a toughie. I've used it before. It can be a love-hate relationship. They come back. Flood combat forms spawned by infection forms reanimating a corpse are much more dangerous. That one is a fun one and basically makes them more invulnerable to attacks if they get reanimated. Then for Halo 3 ODST, we have the same skulls that are listed above for Halo 3 minus they come back skull, and then we have the acrophobia skull, which I think now everyone basically has for Halo 3. So basically everyone gets it even if you unlocked it during the challenges back in like season 2 or 3, I think it was. So either way, you now have 16 new skulls in Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, and one brand new skull in Halo 2 Anniversary. But this update might be a close second in my opinion of which one might be better, but new medals in Halo 3 and Original Plus medal option in the game have been added. Several new medals have been introduced to Halo 3 multiplayer via the unified medal display settings. This is something that was available for all games except for Halo 3, but these new medals will always count towards level progression, but will only be visible in gameplay when the unified medal display setting is set on. Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of the unified medals. I actually prefer my classic medals. I prefer seeing the Halo 2 medals or the Halo 3 medals, or hell, even the Halo 4 medals whenever I play that. But don't fear. Don't fear, there is an option for this. The new Original Plus option for the unified medal display settings will show Halo 3's original multiplayer medals with their original artwork and 3 of the newly added medals, including Headshot, Assist, and Super Combine, which that one is very important to me because back in the day of Halo 3, and this is something that people I guarantee you are going to use, is that you couldn't tell when you got a perfect kill. You couldn't tell when you got an actual headshot. It was basically you got a kill, and unless you got a double kill, it didn't really tell a difference. This is actually something I'm probably going to turn on, the new Original Plus, because again, this keeps the classic art style while adding a few new medals that actually give us a quality of life improvement, in my opinion, especially that headshot medal. That one is going to be super important for one, again, the progression system to make sure that it's being tracked and level progression is going thoroughly. But on top of that, you also have the fact that this can also tell you when you're getting headshots and when you're finishing kills with headshots, whether that's 3 shots to the body and then the final shot to the head. This one is going to kind of be an important one, and one that I highly recommend you maybe give a shot. I mean, hey, give the unified medals display option a shot, give the new Original Plus option a shot, see what works for you. Me personally, I'm going to try the Original Plus option. And the final part of this update, the major keynotes, is the Halo 3 ODST mod tool has been available now for Halo 3 ODST. You can now download these tools on Steam with the Steam app, set your library filter to include tools, locate Halo 3 ODST, and install. This is something that a lot of people have been wanting. A lot of people have been wanting to play around with the mods and work on mods for Halo 3 ODST. And there's been some mods that have been made that unfortunately don't work with Halo the Master Chief Collection anymore due to not having these tools, so this might make things a little bit easier for those mods in the future, and I have a feeling a lot of people are gonna be creating some really good shit, so I'm excited for this. And to wrap up the patch notes section of this video, these are all the resolved issue and bug fixes. Again, I will have a link down in the description to the patch notes as well as the blog post if you want to check them out yourself. But that's not all we got, because alongside this update, we also got a blog post going into more detail about this update, as well as looking ahead at what is going to continue for the MCC in the foreseeable future. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad that this game is still going to get support throughout 2022, and it looks like there's still a few things that they wish to do, including more mod support for the remaining games, remaining customization content, campaign collectibles, which is cool, but I just hope there's more variety to it than just the basic MOA statues. That got a little bit tedious, boring, and honestly wasn't nearly as good as I hoped it would have been. They also want to add post-match customization screens, kind of similar to Halo Infinite, where you can pose. I don't know how I feel about that one personally, but at the same time, as long as it's a toggleable option and you can turn it on or off, I think people won't mind this, because again, give players options and keep it as legacy as possible. They also want to add more accessibility items like better subtitles and about remapping controllers and so on and so forth, so that's a good thing. After that, they're just going to plan to do additional adjustments to UI and just overall improvements, but there isn't going to be any major content updates. This is honestly a little sad, but at the same time, I think after everything is said and done, once this does feel like everything has been addressed and everything that people truly need for the MCC is there, this could be a very valuable game, especially right now where at the time of recording, this game is on sale for like $15. It is on a major sale on Steam, which it might be worth picking up after this update. If not, you should have picked it up sooner, especially during the sale. But for me, what does this mean for Infinite? Because Infinite's in a really poor state, and MCC just got a major update that honestly makes it look like $1 million. I think that what this is honestly going to be is that they are going to continue to update the MCC to hold over players until Infinite is able to be a good game. I hate to say that, I hate to think that that's what they're doing, but at the same time, I honestly would rather take more MCC updates than Infinite updates at this point. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want MCC to be complete and move on to Infinite, and Infinite be the main game that we focus on, but at the same time, MCC has a lot of value to it, and Infinite is going to take a long time to catch up. Yes, season 2 is right around the corner, and it also is looking relatively decent. Not great, it's looking decent. I'm not gonna get my hopes up until I see what it actually has to provide, but it's gonna take a lot longer to that for this game to feel complete. And in the meantime, MCC is feeling more and more legacy and having more and more options added to it that makes it a more fun experience. It makes it the community hub. It makes it that place that you want to go and try new things and experiment with mods and do community-ness. I mean, a quick play for the custom game browser is a great feature, and I absolutely love that. Adding more medals to Halo 3 so you have these headshot medals and these, quality of life updates is awesome, and it keeps the original art style. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this update, and this does make me excited. This does make me want to play the MCC more, and I'm probably going to. I'm probably going to be doing a few things here and there on the MCC, including some mods. We still have a certain mod that we need to finish that a lot of people want to see, but there's also a entire treasure trove of mods that people have asked me to do in the past. So what does this mean for the MCC and Halo Infinite? I think it means that we're gonna actually get the content that we were hoping to get before Infinite's launch. Again, I still think that all of this should have been completed before the launch of Infinite, but at the same time, am I going to complain about that it came a little bit later and with the quality of what it came at? No, because it's good. It's good shit, pal. And I'm not going to lie, I am actually enjoying myself playing Halo, which I haven't for a few months now. But before I go, this is a very important question I need to ask, and honestly I would love to hear you guys answer this in the comment section down below. when you look at the two options, you have MCC and you have Halo Infinite. If you really look at it, which would you rather do? Spend $15 to $40 for a complete game with 5 campaigns, 5 different multiplayers, tons of varieties of content and everything else, or play a free-to-play game filled with microtransactions, bugs, gameplay issues, server issues, and everything else? I know that everyone wants to be a part of Halo Infinite and be a part of that new game, but at the current time of recording, MCC is more live now than it's been in the past year, and a lot of people are excited. They're excited to see what's going to come to MCC, where with Infinite, we're just watching the clock tick. We're watching it slowly go by and hoping for content. I mean, season 2 is around the corner, but at the same time, is it really going to solve all the issues that we have with this game? So those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. If you want more videos like this, let me know down in the comment section down below. But as always, GamerJlee signing out.